We are glad to have you join us on the news at noon on Lagos Television. I am Aminat Elegushi. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has declared that the federal government will set a new minimum wage based on what the country can afford. The president, who said this while speaking to leaders of the National Assembly in Abuja, says the government will do what is expected and pay what it can afford. The president acknowledged Nigeria's complexity and diversity and emphasized that democratic governance remains the best road to success in any country. Tinubu restated that Nigeria can feed its citizens, adding that the nation will be tremendously successful if all citizens unite to pass the charter of Nigeria's value system. Recall that the parties had engaged in prolonged talks for weeks, with the union insisting on 250,000 naira minimum wage, while the federal government and the organized private sector offered 62,000 naira. The House of Representatives Committee on National Security and Intelligence has asked the federal government to purchase new aircraft for President Bola Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima. The committee's recommendation is contained in a report released after its investigation into the status of the aircraft in the presidential air fleet. The committee says, considering the dire consequences of any foreseen or unforeseen mishap that may arise, it is in the best interest of the country to procure 2 additional aircraft as recommended. In May, the House of Representatives mandated the committee to conduct a comprehensive investigation into the aircraft in the presidential fleet to ascertain their airworthiness and technical status. The House resolution was sequel to a motion sponsored by the chairman of the House Committee, Satomi Ahmed. There was a heated debate on the floor of the House when the motion was moved. Some lawmakers suggested that the president should travel via commercial aircraft or by road. Ahmed's motion followed reports of 40 aircraft in the presidential air fleet, forcing the president to use a chartered plane from the Netherlands to Saudi Arabia during his recent trip abroad. The federal government said it is seeking a $500 million loan from the World Bank for rural road infrastructure and agricultural marketing. Contained in the final draft of the resettlement policy framework for the Nigeria Rural Access and Agricultural Marketing Projects implemented by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, the fund is expected to address the need for better connectivity in rural Nigeria, where 92 million people currently lack access to good roads. The RAMSO project aims to improve rural access and climate resilience, strengthening institutional capacity for rural road network management, and fortifying the financial and institutional foundations for sustainable management of both rural and state road networks. This, in turn, says, contribute to better livelihoods for the rural populace. The total cost of RAMSO project is estimated at $600 million, with World Bank expected to provide 83.33% of the required funding. And back home in Lagos, the state government is promised to deliver a network of roads that are critical to connecting intermodal transportation in the state. Special advisor to Governor on Infrastructure, Olufemi Daramola, stated this when he led officials on an inspection tour of ongoing works on roads and other strategic projects on Lagos-Badagry Expressway. Correspondent Joshua Morakio has the details.
Expecting ongoing projects such as Omo Creek, Alapere Pedestrian Bridge, elaborate network of roads, Mayegun Road and Lekki-Ekpe Expressway Phase 2A and B, the Special Advisor on Infrastructure shifts attention to Lagos Expressway and its environs. The drive from Gomo Relay inwards Badagry Expressway highlighted a failed portion at Donyole caused by flooding due to blocked drains, necessitating further probe and intervention.
we would link up with our counterparts in the Office of Drainage Services to have a holistic look at it to prevent flooding in the axis.
The team then moved to another critical network of road project that speak to strategic intermodal infrastructure, with the local satellite junior secondary school benefiting from the project. This is Old Ojo Road, and it's critical construction being undertaken here by the Lagos State government. It's being done in rigid pavement, and this is one of the 4 network of roads that is critical to serving as an alternative to the Lagos-Badagry Expressway. This Ijegun Egba, for instance, leads to the jetty and the tank farms. This road is being constructed to solidify the effort of government to provide infrastructure that lasts.
As you know, that is a location wherein a lot of the tank farmers move in and out. What is left to complete there is just about 200 meters drain and some section of the pavement. We would work assiduously as well to deliver that. Same goes for Irede Road and for Navy Town Road. So the progress of work is very commendable, and the team is here to have a look and to also assure Lagosians that in due course this road will be delivered.
The special advisor also highlighted the import of connecting these roads.
This road, Old Ojo Road, runs parallel to it. It's an alternative road for all commuters in the axis. The Navy Town Road, the Momuni Adio, Navy Town, Irede roads are all roads that will link all the tank farmers. Once they get their products, come in here, and they have this bypass that will continuously run. While it will be a big relief for Lagos Badagry.
The team continued with the inspection to Orile Irede Iyanoiba interchange and later Shinlemo Street. The tour finally culminated at the critical connecting roads at Abaronje, a project seen by many people in the area as a relief and welcome development. For the special advisor to the governor on infrastructure, it's about the value and judicious and timely use of state resources for impactful infrastructure development. Joshua Murakinyo, LTV News, Lagos.
Individuals and corporate organizations in Ikorodu have been urged to collaborate with government to achieve a better society. Royal fathers and other individuals gave the advice at the official groundbreaking for a renal and dialysis center at Ikorodu General Hospital. We have details in our Adeshego Egop's report.
The construction of a multi-million naira renal center, which will serve as the nephrology department for the General Hospital Ikorodu, has been inaugurated. The center, financed by the Ikorodu Division Peace Initiative, is scheduled to be completed and fully equipped in 12 months. Chairman of the group, Royal Fathers, and President are optimistic of the improving emergency response and strengthening of overall healthcare delivery the center will bring to people of the division.
Chief Medical Director, rest assured, IDPIL will support you in any manner, form that you need. We'll give you all the support.
I want to give thanks to Almighty God for this noble achievement. It's all of us in the Ikorodu Vision, and the government cannot do it alone. And that is why we are calling on other numerous Ikorodu indigenes to emulate this, what he has done. And God in his infinite mercy will honor those that have come to honor us today.
The structure, which measures about 600 square meters, will have dialysis center with capacity for 6 patients at a time, intensive care unit, 2 wards with 16 beds, male call room, nurses lounge, and background facilities.
It's 2-in-1. It has the dialysis center and it has the ICU. So it will help reduce mortality from those that needs them. At least it will reduce the death from renal diseases, and it will reduce the death from people who are critically ill that needs the intensive care unit management.
Meanwhile, the Ikorodu Division Peace Initiative Security Section, with the aim of combating crime, cultism, and land-grabbing activities across the division, has rebranded its local joint task force to be now known as Idagiri Ekun for more and efficient service delivery in the area.
We have decided to reposition our local joint task force by rebranding them with a local name that can easily resonate with our teaming presidents, particularly the locals across our inner communities. To this end, the Ikorodu Division Peace Initiative Limited, LJTF, will now also be known and called by Yoruba name, Idagiri Ekun. Idagiri Ekun, to further present them as a menace to the criminal elements around us, wherever they may be hiding in any part of Ikorodu Division.
The collaboration of the Ikorodu Peace Initiative is pertinent in building a solid base for the development of the division in all ramifications. Adesegun Igop, LTV News.
The Nigeria Football Federation has decided to appoint an expatriate technical advisor to oversee the Super Eagles ahead of the upcoming African Cup of Nations qualifiers and the remaining 2026 World Cup qualifying matches. The decision, expected to be finalized in the coming weeks, was contained in a communique issued after the NFF Executive Committee met to deliberate. The Executive Committee says it wholeheartedly apologized to Nigerians for the small output and poor run of the senior men national team in 4 out of 10 matches in the ongoing qualification series for the 2026 World Cup. Super Eagles head coach Finidi George came under criticism after the Eagles suffered a 2-1 loss to Benin Republic on Monday on match day 4 of the CAF 2026 World Cup qualifiers. The defeat leaves the Super Eagles with a disappointing 3 points out of a potential 12 following a string of draws in their opening 3 matches. The former international was appointed new head coach of Nigerian men national team on August 29, 2024. The NFF assured Nigerians that they will put necessary measures in place to ensure a better prepared squad ahead of the AFCON 2025 qualifiers in September and the resumption of the World Cup qualifiers. And on the foreign scene, the G7 has agreed to use frozen Russian assets to raise $50 billion for Ukraine to help it fight invading Russian forces. U.S. President Joe Biden said it was another reminder to Russia that the United States is not backing down. But in Moscow,